Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Eddrick Show. I am your host, Eddrick Jerome. This is the place for intelligent conversation with interesting people. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave me a like, leave me a comment. Let me know what I'm doing as I bring you this interesting content each and every week. I've been waiting for a while to speak to this brother. Really cool dude. Let me get into it. I want to introduce Mr. Essex Cook. Essex is the executive director of the Boys and Girls Empowerment Group in Vallejo, California. He's also a Recreation Parks, Marina, and Arts Commissioner in Suisun City, California. He is a talented photographer and videographer, as well as an experienced actor. So I want to welcome you, man. Essex, welcome to the show.
Hey, how y'all doing, everybody? How you doing, Eddrick?
All right, doing
Pleasure
well,
being
man.
here.
Doing well. Let's get into it. First of all, let's start with the work I know you're really passionate about, and that's giving back to the community and helping young people. So tell me about the Vallejo Boys and Girls Empowerment Group.
So the Boys and Girls Empowerment Group is derived off of the Continentals of Omega Boys and Girls Club that was originally located in College Park. That was unfortunately shut down. So Orlando Graham, he purchased the location off Fairgrounds in North Vallejo. That location is located in Kingston Market, notoriously known for trouble, people trying to shoot out, getting shootouts or, just a lot of violent crime. So we chose that spot just because it's grass rooted. We're already doing things and work in the community out of that area. So we got the establishment. We adopted the name Boys and Girls Club Empowerment Group because we wanted everybody to see in the community that this is a safe haven for you to come and just get a lot of empowerment, a lot of the resources that's always missed over. So the Boys and Girls Club Empowerment Group, we are right now in summer programming. We have up to 40 kids from the age ranges from 6 to 17. That way, that kids in the summer have somewhere to go and just in a safe spot that's not really located in North Vallejo. Also, we do all type of empowerment seminars, workshops, anything that can help the community actually, thrive. First time home buyer real estate classes, courses, seminars, workshops, trying to work people through the financial um, literacy and learning of how do I purchase a house. We had grant writing workshops hosted by Dr. Kirby Lynch, just understanding how to get funded in your area. And that's how we stumbled across the Bullet Artist Fund grant with Hewlett.
Hmm. Hmm. I know, like I said, this is a passion of yours and something you've been doing for quite a while, and that's helping young people. So, tell me from your own experience, why is mentoring and supporting young people so important to you?
Ooh, I was one of those kids from North Vallejo, from the Crest. Circumstances, everything built up kind of in front of you to never even give you that visual of how you can represent yourself. Always felt smart, always felt different. Even when getting in trouble, as we all do as adolescents, my trouble wasn't the robbery or crazy stuff. It was more just organizing and getting myself into things that I didn't even understand. So my parents, they did their best, letting me go to school in different counties because I have family everywhere. So I ended up at Angela Rodriguez. That's where, a lot of my like just that breath of fresh air from Vallejo sometimes, going home and seeing what I seen growing up in my neighborhood and going to Cordelia. I thought they were the richest people ever, tell you the truth. I thought Cordelia people, I'm like, whoa, I thought they had this secret little city, the Cordelia Fairfield Sassoon. That's where I met my brother-in-law, Stevie Johnson. He blessed, man. He ended up going to the NFL, uh, went to University of Kentucky out of Angela Rodriguez, and his career took off. And they needed help his rookie season in Buffalo. And I was already at the time working as executive director. I was 20 years old, working as executive director for the original Continentals of Omega Boys and Girls Club. Did that for 5 years. Um, it was passion and not more precise. So it's time and experience going to Buffalo, it's learning business. It's not fun and games going to the season. It's a business. NFL is a business. So
Right.
learning from different agents, learning from just picking up on just being around and exposed. Um, it was amazing to give back to bring back to Vallejo, bring back to Fairfield, Suisun, Cordelia, um, all the tools and all the resources we picked up along the way, along the journey, coming home in the off season, still doing camps for the kids, still continuing on the work and not having to go to certain resources. And that's what kind of helped me in my career and my journey. I feel as learning that I was so embedded with the Boys and Girls Club, those hands, and learning how to resource and market and get all of the funding from them, but going independent, seeing how we can do it just as a person,
Mm.
somebody with the name Stevie or somebody named Essex. It showed me like, we can do it just with our heart. Um, a lot of people say, "What do you want to be?" I tell them I want to be Essex. I want to be somewhere where I can flourish as me, where I'm not boxed into an area where my thoughts and my ideas are suppressed. So me going into this mentorship, the things I was blessed to go into and see, it's just honestly just me giving my testimony or my experiences back to people. It's like, hey, seen other ways to do it. My way might not be right, might not be perfect, but I'm gonna show you a genuine and love that I've been through a lot negatively, but then also been through a lot positively to help me kind of learn. It's a long journey, but I'm here with you. I love to see people make it past 21, 25, to see that second waking up of whatever adolescent things we were trapped into, that they're able to jump and leap in and say, hey, I'm a new man and reinvent themselves.
You mentioned you grew up in Vallejo, California, and as a native of Vallejo, California, what was the experience like growing up in Vallejo, and how has that affected you as the man you are today?
Feel like, they give us mud, we make mud pies. I
Heard
feel
that.
like, a lot of my experience, I'm certified. I can go to electrician work with IBEW. I think I said this before. The first time I experienced high voltage electricity is because we couldn't pay our electricity bill.
Hmm.
So we learned how to rig a generator, bypass the breaker box, go into it, and and that's the only way. Starting a generator. These little tools that we say, it's like, why me? I understood that it kind of sharpened me. So all the experiences that I took from growing up in Vallejo, I didn't take lightly. I have a lot of family out there. Thank God I have a lot of family. So me relying on my friends as influence, it never really was there because my cousins are like my brothers and sisters. So my friends are like my cousins. So if you're really there and you're around and you're a friend, it was there. So the influence kind of iron sharpens iron. I'm the baby of all of my cousins, so they kind of walk through a lot of the experiences for me. So I'm a recipient of all their blessings kind of coming down, the name and everything that they did in the community. It kind of falls into me, and I'm happy to run with it.
Now, earlier this year, you were appointed by Mayor Alma Hernandez to the Recreation Parks, Marina, and Arts Commission in Suisun City, California. What was that experience like? It was a great initiation. You had a lot of people there, man. It was good to see. It was good to see. You mentioned family, and that was just a good moment, and that I had a chance to witness. So, tell me about your experience as a commissioner, and maybe some of the things that the commission is working on.
Yeah, you mentioned, even the appointment and, everybody showing up. It was surreal. I got to when I put it out that I was actually being appointed to Suisun City Commissioner. I was reluctant to put it out there mainly because I like my work just being not so much. It seems flashy sometimes, I
Right.
know, but I'm humbly doing it to say, hey, if you guys want to come out and support, come out and support. And the support was loud. It was overwhelming. It was surreal. I tell people how to sit back and learn how to take the flowers because I like to build and keep going.
Hmm.
But it was surreal, man. I met people from my younger days as executive director, um, and the work I did in the community, like Mick, PG&E, working with him, working on grants and funding at 21, and we're coming full circle into this. Learned seeing people from my acting days coming full circle into this, all of the things that I've done in life, it was full circle. So it was a lot of affirmations of saying, hey, a lot of people are there behind you. And if you know me, is a lot of the experiences I put people through is you have to be there to understand what happened.
Mhm.
It,
Mhm.
this right here, and I understand political science and the totem poles and everything, but I understand the foot in the door. And the foot in the door is understanding representation. And me understanding, even being from Vallejo, being multicultural, Black, Filipino, Hawaiian, Indian, that melting pot in Vallejo, it it kind of lets me take on different lenses and go into different aspects of becoming the Suisun City Commissioner and understanding the arts and how intricate it is, where you have performing arts, but there's so much that underlies in it that when I walked into it, I met you, Eddrick, I met Aaron, I met Princess, and seeing her actually operate in her element at the iArt Sassoon show. And that's what kind of captured me. I was doing the recording behind it, and I'm looking at the vibe and the energy of everybody, and it's happy and it's no worries, and they're expressing. I'm seeing people cry because they sold their art for the first time. I'm seeing the different multicultural arts and everything coming in and meshing together into where we're at in this new 20th century, our 21st century. You know, where we're at, and we're kind of progressively trying to move on, but understand and recognize what we've been through, but still saying, hey, we're strong and look at it, all of us together. That's what kind of captured me into saying, hey, you know what? I'll go a step further. But then the reception that came in, it was, hey, we're here to support you and we're behind you. And I can lead from behind. And I would rather everybody go in front. And if I'm the mold, break it, get through it. And I'll be there behind you, even to support you as a leader, as if I was a leader in the front. And I think that's just where life kind of showed me that sometimes you don't have to speak every time, but you can help with actions. But sometimes your words can help lead others into many avenues that they didn't even see from themselves. So the iArt Sassoon show, that's what hooked me. It hook, line, sinker. And even being on the ad this time, just recruiting for this year for the iArt Sassoon show that we're having in October, it makes me more anxious to get there. But I know how to understand that, to compartmentalize my feelings and build it as we get there. So, man, I'm excited. I'm like seeing my actions on movements. I'm like always ready to just work. But I don't remember to smell the flower.
Exactly. Shout out to fellow Commissioner Aaron Sensil and also City Council Member Princess Washington, who are going to make sure that we have another successful iArt Sassoon in 2023. Let's shift gears now because you're an artist in your own right, and there's a couple of things I want to talk to you about in terms of the art and the creativity that you have demonstrated. First, I want to talk about your experiences and your work as a videographer and a photographer. Where did the I guess interest in videography and photography come from?
Well, Essex Cook Media started, even with the photography, videography, it's two different spectrums of the art. For me, I like to build the person. So I always found myself either in front of a camera, somebody recording me, or even when I was going into acting and everything, it was, hey. But then I always fell in love with everything behind the camera, how you can capture somebody's beauty or their essence. It just started as playing around even with funny jokes, like doing skits and things like that. I've been probably on World Star, I've been viral, I've lived a lot of different lives. So I like to kind of capture others people's essence and just that vibe and that feel and my creativity with whatever ideas. It just like kind of lets me speak my spirit out. I'm actually kind of shy when I go out and even try to present my work because I put so much into it. That's why my Essex Media is not just solely based on just taking the picture and giving it to you, or photography or video. It's trying to get it and build you as you go so you can understand what I see in you, because it is kind of shy or nervous, that feeling to speak that much life into somebody. And I hope they can see it. But that's where a lot of it comes, is trying to embody the essence of a lot of people and what they're truly about, what I kind of see, because we live in that emotional bubble of depression, anger, madness.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody's looking on
Mm-hmm.
the outside, looking at you like, bro, I see you as beautiful. I see you as confident. I see you as tenacious, everything. It's just like, yo, I see it in you, and I just want you to believe in this too, what I'm seeing, what I'm putting behind you. So that's where the whole media part comes with Essex Cook Media. But just always came in with me joking around and want to capture somebody and joking and getting everybody to laugh. Yeah.
On a technical question, let me shift gear just a second.
But
One of the things I really, really like with your work is, man, you have the drone shots down. I like the fact that you use drones and you've leveraged that technology and you get some incredible, incredible shots with the drone. So tell me about maybe some of the pros and cons of shooting with a drone, and what are some of the tips maybe you give folks who might want to
so
get
for
into that?
me, kids who have played video games, I'm a video game head growing up. The same movements that you'll do with your hands is that same control that you have with the drone. So parents, if you have kids who's into video games, into things, it's a different time we live in, and even doing a lot of mentoring with a lot of adults that's my age who have kids younger and they're playing video games all day, but challenge them. Take this time to give them a cheap drone, get these things to kind of go into it because it's funny because a lot of people say, "Man, I've never seen a black man fly a drone," and
Hmm.
it's rare. I'm like, I don't think of it that way, but yeah, come on, we can do this. You can capitalize on this. There's ways that you can turn this into an art. Um, it's amazing to see where art has taken us, and even from the drone work, that capturing them scenes where you come in, kind of feel yourself floating in there. So
Right.
I just challenge parents, never to try to take this new generation's passion away because it is becoming innovative, um, to the point where you don't want them to be scared to try to use a drone because of what we fear of drones, spies, Spygate, whatever conspiracies we can think of in our head, but kind of push it into that. My nephew loves drones. He's the one to kind of push me into it. I'm like, man, we can do this.
Hmm.
Uncle, we can do a drone. We can do a drone.
Hmm.
You want a drone? We're gonna get one. I started off with the first one, crashed it. But I still worked with it, and then I elevated to the second one, the DJIs and other drones where you can do things, and my control became much better. And it became with my experience of just playing video games. One more hint.
Yes, sir.
Don't look at the drone in the sky. Get used with your head down. You're going to get dizzy. That's it.
Words of wisdom from a drone photographer. Appreciate that. Let me now ask you, again, you're with all of the other things you got going on, you're also an actor. You've been on nationally recognized television programs. You were on the show Trauma on NBC. Tell me about your acting experience and how did you get to be on that TV show?
My cousin, he's been an actor my whole life. I mean, from Leave It to Beaver, he was on that. So I always was on set, being able to see my cousin actually do acting. So a lot of the
And who's your cousin?
things my cousin is Louis Braga. He's
Okay.
from Fairfield. Yeah, Louis Martin Braga the third.
Okay.
He's been on the Pop Tart commercials, McDonald commercials from it all. Like, so I'll go to a lot of the auditions with him. I'll get land pieces. Moved to LA for junior high. I don't think I ever seen it was like a Lifetime movie. I was a kid with cancer. I had a lot of hair, but I had cancer, and they put it all in a bean.
Mm.
But Trauma came about. I was at the Boys and Girls Club. It was a slow day. My cousin, he was like, "Hey, there's an audition in San Francisco on Treasure Island. You want to go?" Sure. Went when the audition came on, we both auditioned together. It was a small role, then it went to co-starring. Then the show got canceled, but still got the acting role. The IMDb, but this is what made me kind of step behind it. I just seen the elements of. I wanted to be more in control of the director. I seen could see it a little bit different. Even the lines I did on that, it was a lot of freestyling. That gave me
Mm.
my set lines and just didn't feel normal or comfortable. So it was Derek Luke, the scene where just bantering over and over again with each other, just getting it going, and it worked. Um, but it's a fun experience just to be able to express yourself. Princess Washington and I, we were just in a meeting, and we just said that you you first start acting with your parents and your loved ones
Mm.
because we were trying to put that facade up so everybody's still able to act and to produce and do things. So sometimes we see it as an outlet to kind of express ourselves and to move in other ways. So it's another way of expression. I'm never scared to get on the camera and express myself.
Well said. Well said. Um,
Mhm.
the other thing I know is, again, it's very important to you, is family. So tell me about family, why family is so important to you. You just had a family reunion with how many people, man? It looked to be a couple
Man,
hundred,
I
at least on the
like
pictures I
feel
saw,
like
man.
at least 150. I'm about to push the numbers. I'm about to fabricate 200 because I know our family is larger, and everybody who knows my family knows I have a large family.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that was beautiful. It's 5 years since we were able to have it. COVID kicked in, so 2018 was the last day. I mean, last time we had it. And remembering our for my granddad. So he passed away almost 30 years ago, or yeah, around that time. So we always try to host it in Davis, California. Bring the community out, all the families and friends, and everybody into one spot. So it's beautiful that we actually had it. Man, my neck kind of sore. I got a crook in my neck. The young cousins are getting taller than me, but yeah.
Well, excellent, excellent. Well, we have a couple minutes left, so let me now ask you if people want more information about you, or videography or anything like that, or get to know things about the Vallejo Boys and Girls Empowerment Group. Where can they go to get this information?
You can always find me. I keep it really simple. My name is unique. So Essex Cook. That's my Instagram tag. My email essexcook@gmail. Um, that's where I can do a lot of the consulting and see how far and how I can work with you. As far as the Boys and Girls Club Empowerment Group, we are open Monday through Friday. Saturdays, we have a food bank where we give away food. We're located off 1624 Fairgrounds Drive, in Vallejo, California. We have an after school program that will be running in the fall. Um, we have summer program going. So if you want to volunteer, of course, there's a screening for that as well. If you even want to give or, sponsor a kid, come on down there. Um, our Instagram tag is Boys and Girls Empowerment Group. Uh, Other than that, I'm always open. Just email me and talk and consult because of what I find out is if I can't help you, somebody like Eddrick or somebody that's in my circle can actually help you and we can build you up together.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today, Essex. I wanted to have you on for a while because I just know a lot of the good work you're doing, and you're just an upstanding brother, man. So keep doing what you're doing. The kids will benefit.
Oh, one last
Yes,
thing.
sir. Go
I'm
for
so
it.
sorry.
No, no.
HBHF, handle business, have fun. Handle business, have fun, and repeat. That's the other business that we do. We have Exposure Academy. Totally forgot about this. Exposure Academy, that is where we take kids from all JUCOs. We teach them different life skills. That's mainly spearheaded by my brother Stevie. This year, we just got picked up by Roku TV. So you'll be seeing premiere of Exposure Academy. We hosted our first one in this area, had kids from Rodriguez, all through the COVID time,
Mm.
Houseman, Oak Grove, had Darius, Hayward Bay, Jason, Doc, like a whole bunch of people just come out and just mentor these kids. So look forward to us coming out here some more. So when you see HBHF, handle biz, have fun, you just know that's coming from Stevie and I and my brother and sisters and the family and what we're trying to build. Let get handle business, have fun, and we'll help along the way.
Nice, nice.
All right.
Well, again, man, I do want to thank you for coming on the Eddrick Show. I appreciate your time, letting folks know everything you're doing in the community, and keep doing what you're doing, man.
All right, man. Love working with you.
Thank you. Thank you. This has been another edition of the Eddrick Show. I am your host, Eddrick Jerome. As promised, this is the place for intelligent conversation with interesting people. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you're getting your online podcasts. Look for the Eddrick Show, and we are there. I want to thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next episode.